Steph.
I'm Michael.
And we got our top 10 games that we learned in February 2022.
That's right. So February was not a great month.
In general.
And then we hit TantrumCon and it got better.
For you, I learned a lot of online games.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of my games you actually won't even have on your list. So yeah, it was not bad for me. I only learned 31 games.
Wow.
Which was 9 less than
That's
last
not
month.
a lot. That's not a lot.
31 is not a lot.
We had a lot going on in February.
So, like, for example, last August I learned like 90.
Right.
So it's like 30 seems like nothing.
Well, April's going to be really busy because we go to the gathering, and that's where we learn our new games a lot.
True. 31 games, 28 days. I guess
so it's not bad, but
fewer days. That's true. That's true. And 3 expansions. I wanted to point out a few expansions that I learned because they were really great.
But I was joking around that I had seven games in my top 10.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Your expansions you wanted to mention.
Yeah. We played the Not Alone expansion. Exploration.
Exploration.
It's really great.
Mm-hmm.
I learned the Paris Eiffel expansion.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed that as well. Oh, and there was one more. Oh, I forget now. It'll come back to me by the end.
Why don't you look on your top 10?
I don't have it open.
I'll look in your top 10.
February is a short month. That's true.
If I do, I'm gonna lose my.
You don't know what my top 10 is because I have not posted it yet.
Oh, well then I don't guess I can do it.
It's not posted yet.
Oh yeah, so you've been so busy with the convention and everything that you didn't post anything for Monday or Wednesday.
Nope, nothing.
I mean, your blog is way behind.
Behind.
Really seriously behind.
Yep.
So.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
But it'll come to you. All right, let's go ahead and do my number 10. So, I'm not generally a huge fan of party games, but actually several party games made my list this time.
That's true. It's true.
It was pretty amazing. So this one came in at number 10. There was a small publisher called Low Tech Games.
Yeah.
LOWTEK.
Yeah.
And is low tech because the guy that we met was Jonathan Lowman. And
I got you.
He has a game that is similar to Apples and Apples and Cards Against Humanity. And I know a lot of people say, oh no, that's just been overdone. This was really fun. Now, whether this will eventually get tired like Cards Against Humanity will, if you've played everyone has done this where you've played Cards Against Humanity, right? And you play the whole bigger, blacker box or biggest, blackest box. You play the whole thing and you laugh all night and it's a really good, fun time. But then you're like, I've done it. I don't know if I'll need to play it again and again and again. That may be the case with this as well, but it's worth checking out. It is called Name the Thing.
Name the Thing.
Name the Thing. Where's the little thing? It's shows up right here. Where's the thing?
Yeah, it's right here.
Name the thing. No, it's not.
I mean, it's there.
Oh, it's on my arm. Name the thing right here.
So they don't have a box cover.
They don't have the box cover?
No. So that's the best I could find.
Well, put it up on my shirt.
Okay.
Put it up on my shirt or something because no one can see it. Name the thing.
That's Michael. Michael.
Okay, so as you do in Apples to Apples or Cards Against Humanity or any of these other games where you judge the best thing, everyone has a hand of 6 cards and each card has a word on it. All right. Not like Cards Against Humanity, which has a bunch of words on it or one answer.
Yeah.
These all have individual words on it. And so as the manager, you are going to want everyone to give a name for something. Like, what did we have? The ice cream flavors that you really shouldn't have. Right. And you can put together 2 to
Or it was
2 to 4, 2 to 6.
Yeah,
2 to some number of cards.
2 to 4.
2 to 4.
Pretty sure
of your cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2 to 4 because if you wanted to get rid of them, you just get rid of a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And 4 was as most as you could get rid
Yeah.
of. So you put these cards in the order you want them to be seen. They'll flip them over and put them out, and you will name your ice cream flavor.
Something like that, Jelvia. Yeah.
Like Trout Eyeball.
It's like the ice cream nobody ever orders.
The ice cream flavor the ice cream topping nobody ever orders.
Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah.
And people put in their suggestions, but mine won on that one. I remember that because mine won, and it was.
Mine sounded great.
What was yours?
It was like cinnamon cookies.
Yeah, but that's why it was great. Is because people order cinnamon cookies,
but they don't because that's not an option.
Yes, it is an option.
It's not an option.
Yes, it is.
I've never had that as an option.
I have had that as an option.
No, you're lies,
No,
liar.
I'm not lying. I'm telling you. No, what my flavor was sometimes burger.
Sometimes.
Which is why I did the hashtag sometimes burger on the food stream. No, it was on Meeple Grande stream. I do hashtag sometimes burger.
Oh, man.
And that's where that's now from.
Uh-huh.
There is a not safe for work expansion and a retail expansion. For all of you who have worked in retail, you understand all of that. And they have borders on them. The work one, it has black borders, and the not safe for one has red borders, so you know what kind of card you've got, right? So there was one about the questionable massage parlor near the airport, and I had cherry innuendo, and it won because they thought, oh, that was the best. So
don't help him.
What?
Don't say this.
There are these cookies called canelitas, and you can accompany your ice cream with those in Mexico. Oh, see? He knows. Vermore knows.
Whose side are you on?
So.
Fine.
Anyway.
It sounds delicious, by the way.
If you win, you get your cards as points. First one to 16 points wins. So I did not win. You won a bunch in a row, and then you had a dry spell. I won a bunch, and I had a dry spell. Oh yeah, you won the first, and then you didn't. You didn't
I won
win
like
any.
nothing until I had a really great one. Because it was.
Do you remember it?
The nuclear duck was the first one I won.
Nuclear duck, and then what?
And then the other one was. It was like. I took a picture of it. I'm going to tell you because I know it.
I tell you. A culinary reason for Steph to visit Mexico.
That's right.
See?
Ice cream.
We'll be down there
I
in
like ice cream.
10 minutes.
Knocking hate under fate.
Oh, that was the perfect one. Why did they not choose that? What was that one?
No, they did. I won that hand.
You did win knocking hate under fate?
Yeah, it was what was it for though is what I don't remember.
It was so good. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Knocking hate under fate. That was really good. It's like even rhymed.
I know.
And how could you not choose that one? So anyway, basically you're not stuck to the static cards that Apples to Apples or Cards Against Humanity has. It breaks them up into individual words that you can combine however you want them. And if for some reason you don't like your cards, just toss 4 of them and have it not make any sense. And that's fine. You'll draw up to 6 cards.
I never did that though. I was used to.
I did that only once.
Okay. Maybe that was my
But
problem.
I tried to make it sort of good. I didn't try to make it totally suck. But yeah. Anyway, name the thing. For those of you who like Cards Against Humanity, I think that
type games, yeah.
Yeah, I think that name the thing is it doesn't always try to be irreverent. It just you're trying to name a thing and try to be the funniest that you can. If you like those sort of things, I think that I don't know if it's on Kickstarter or what.
Oh yeah,
but they don't even have any images on BGG.
Yeah, there's not much there,
so definitely keep your eye open for it. Definitely worth checking out, in my opinion. And it did make my top. It barely made my top 10.
Yeah, there you go. Sweet.
Where is Jonathan? He's not here for the stream. He was on Meeple Grande stream the other day.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Anyway, he made my top 10.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I guess that means it's my turn.
Yep. What is your number 9?
No, my number 10.
Oh yeah, your number 10.
I haven't
my
gone
number
yet.
9. Oh, you haven't taken your turn.
My number 10 is Hamburg.
Hamburg. I have not played that one.
Nope. Have you played Bruges?
I can't remember.
This
I might
is
have.
the remake of Bruges,
Nice.
but in Hamburg.
But in Hamburg.
So they did a whole bunch of changes. But the game still feels very much like Bruges, with just a bunch of changes.
Oh, okay.
And a whole bunch of modules that we didn't even play with. So I definitely think
A lot of replayability.
it's probably too much. So I'm not sure I like this more than Bruges.
Which is why it made your number 10 instead of your number 5.
But so if you're familiar with Bruges, you know that there's 2 stacks of cards and you're always pulling from either stack and you know what color card it is.
Oh, I remember you talking about this months ago.
So in Hamburg, they actually separated all the decks so you can choose the colors that you want now.
You were talking about this after we went to Gathering
Yeah.
last in August. I remember you talking about this.
Yeah, well, we did talk to Travis back at Lexicon last year, so we kind of had the talk going since then, but I only just played it this month. And so there's other changes. There's new cards added. There's a whole bunch of changed cards abilities.
But you didn't think that was something that needed to be changed. The pulling from the different, the separating the decks out.
So I recently played Bruges again, like last month or whatever, and it's been years because it hasn't been one of my favorite Felds, but you know, I don't mind it. But I wanted to, so we played Bruges recently. I'm like, oh, okay. Now that we've recently played Bruges, we should go ahead and play Hamburg since we can get the good feeling for the differences and stuff. And so I think it's a good option, especially if you can't find Bruges because it's going for a lot, very, very expensive. So it offers a whole bunch of extra stuff that you can mix up the thing, how you play and everything. So I actually liked it. I think it's pretty good.
But which do you prefer? Jury's out.
I like them the same. I would be fine to play either of them.
But they are different.
They give you the same feeling, but they are different for sure.
Or is there room on the shelf for both?
In my opinion, no.
My inquiring minds will want to know that. Most importantly, I think.
I would say no.
If you have Bruges, you don't need Hamburg. If you have Hamburg, you don't need Bruges.
I think it's worth checking out Hamburg if you have Bruges to see if you like the changes enough to go for the extra modules and the extra stuff. And if you do, then you should probably get that instead of the Bruges. But for me, I personally like the artwork of Bruges better. It's the better aesthetic for me. But that's not to say I think it's interesting what they're doing with all of the new stuff in Hamburg. It definitely feels like a new game while feeling similar and familiar.
Nice.
So, yeah, made the list.
Made the list. My number 9.
I gotta fix it. Hold up.
You gotta fix it.
Yeah.
It needs fixing.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, do it.
You.
Me? Deckscape crew versus crew. No, not that. Look, do you see this line?
No, I did not see the line. Ugh.
Yeah, you got to fix it.
Screwed up. Like, wait, that's not what you said.
That's not what I said. No, you.
No.
Deckscape crew versus crew.
Fine.
Just like that. So,
Michael with his changes on the fly.
I did make a change.
Rude.
Deckscape crew versus crew. So this is Deckscape, like you probably know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I've played any Deckscape games before.
Oh, really?
If I have, maybe it's only been one of them. I have not played a whole bunch of those like I have with the other escape room type games. This one is super different. In this one, it's your team versus their team. It's the blue team versus the red team.
So the Deckscapes aren't usually team-based. This
Right.
one
They're
is different. Yes.
either co-op or you could do a solo because it's co-op, right?
Yeah.
But this one requires 2 teams. So basically you will both be searching for your answers, working with your own team. And Steph and I were on a team. We were on the red team. I felt out of place, not on the blue team.
No.
And if you jump the gun and you get the wrong answer, usually the other team gets the points, which you give them a victory card. They look at it and it's got a number of coins on it and they can put that face down. So you'll go do that back and forth and back and forth. There's even one adventure where you're trying to sink their ship. And it's really funny. How do you sink my pirate ship?
It was a lot of fun.
It was a heck of a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the experience.
Yes.
I wanted to wait for a good experience like that. Like, it is a great con game because you get, like, 3 versus 3.
It's great for cons.
Yeah, I mean, and it plays out quickly. It's easy to learn because you just open up the box and go. And so I highly recommend this series of game, the Deckscape. They always have great puzzles. This was just so much fun because you had the team aspect.
Yep. I'm finding that a lot of these companies do a lot better job with these card-based escape room games that do a lot better than some of the unlocks and escapes that require that you destroy components just to make it so you can't resell it. So I am starting to prefer a lot of these other ones that are popping up, like Deckscape.
Oh, yeah.
So, where
I think there's like 4 or 5 others. This was like the 5th or something.
Or the exit games where they try to be a little bit too cute. There have been some that I'm just like, I don't ever want to play any of this series again. These Deckscapes. But
there's a Lord of the Rings one coming out, so I might have to see that one.
Yeah. Well, we've also got the unlocks for the Star Wars, and I want to check them out. I always want to give those another chance. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I'll do it. Because the combining the cards is not so bad with the unlock. So yeah. But on the exits, I think I've mostly had my fill of those. These are a much better alternative, I think.
I love them, yeah.
And I think there might be one on your list that we will talk about that was number 11 on my list, and I hated taking it off the list. But so on Deckscape Crew versus Crew, we started off really poorly. We lost the first 3 or so in a row. And then we roared back. You
automatically give the victory to the other team. Even if they didn't get it or don't know it. If you say you call the timer.
You got to be patient.
You got to be patient, but not too patient because you don't want to lose out. But you
got to be quick.
It's good. It's really good.
Yes.
I highly recommend this one.
Highly, highly recommend it. Even if you get it used, get it. I mean, pick it up, play it, resell it. It's I think it's a really fun about an hour experience. So,
yeah.
Now that said, with regards to all of the destructibility of other things, I mean, you're playing the game for an hour. How much does it cost for you to go to the movies with 3 or 4 people? It's going to cost you an arm and a leg, right? This is like what, $10, $15,
something like that.
Something like that. Pick it up. You'll be glad you did.
Do it.
You're number 9.
My number 9 is.
Why are you looking at mine? Green team wins.
Green team wins.
This is the whole party game thing.
Yeah, we played a huge party game. I think there was there were
12, 13, 14 people
around this table. And
with Charity Board Gamer was there. Gnarly Carly was there.
The comedian guy.
The comedian was there. Yeah, we had a ton of people.
A lot of friends around the table.
And Chad from 25th Century was running it. Yeah. And this is not yet available.
Coming out, I think, May, he said.
No, he said Origins, he will have a preview copy ready. And at Gen Con, he should have them available for sale.
Okay, so summer.
Don't hold him to that. That's what he's shooting for, of course, with all the supply chain problems. Who knows? I mean, we're still having issues with warehouse, so yeah. But in this game...
Yeah, I mean, the green team wins.
The green team... No, that's it. The green team wins. Next game.
So basically, Chad was running it. I think anybody could probably run it. You pull a card, and there's 3 possible things that it could be. It could be A or B situation.
Multiple choice.
Yeah, a fill in the blank.
Fill in the blank. Or this or that.
Or this or that. Or multiple choice. Yeah,
yes, multiple choice. Fill in the blank.
And so, and then you have to answer it by writing on the card. It's dry erase board, yeah. And then everybody reveals at the same time. And then the most common response will be the green team. And you flip over your card if you're orange.
So everyone starts off on the orange team.
Yeah, the orange team loses. And so if you get on the green team, you stay on the green team as long as you keep getting the answers right. And when you get the answers right and you're already on the green team, you get 1 extra point.
So yeah, so when you go from orange to green, you get 1 point. When you're on green and you stay green, you get 2 points.
And you're just trying to get the most points. And I think it was like 12 rounds or something. So it goes real fast, and it's a great party game for like a million
It's
people.
a simple concept.
Definitely simple, but it's funny.
Yes.
It's like, okay, so one of the questions was, I heard like Johnny
Yeah,
buffet.
and instead of Chinese food buffet, you thought it was Johnny's food buffet.
And I was like, what's a Johnny's food
Instead
buffet?
of Chinese, you heard Johnny's.
I did not hear Chinese at all.
But the other option was breakfast buffet. Now, I told Chad we would play this on the stream. So we're going to play this game with you guys sometime.
Oh my God, yeah, for sure.
So, yes, definitely something
and
worth
so I
doing.
thought that was pretty funny. I'm trying to think, like, name a bear.
Yes, name a
like,
bear.
I couldn't think of any bear. The only bear
we
I
did
could
Fozzie.
think of
We
was
both did
a
Fozzie.
Fozzie bear. I'm like, Fozzie.
There was grizzly bear, there was black bear.
I'm like, oh, just a type
There
of
was
bear.
polar bear.
That was just dumb. I should have just
No,
said black
it's not
bear.
dumb. It could have been Fozzie.
It could have been. We were the only two to say Fozzie.
I
was trying to think of a famous bear.
I thought Smokey Bear, and I think no, nobody here is old enough to know all that. There are a couple people.
I thought of Smokey Bear, but I'm like, I don't think that'll be the most common.
Well, who knows, right?
Who knows?
I mean,
Until
what are you
you
going to
write
take?
it
Grizzly,
down.
brown, black, polar?
Yeah, it was a lot.
What are you going to take?
So I enjoyed that party game quite a bit.
It's a whole lot of fun.
So is this one now?
That's that one now, yes.
Oh.
Yes. So 10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There. That way you can tell. So this is what it was before that you thought you knew what it was. My number 8 is Time Chase. This was super unique. A trick-taking game where you can go back in time to take tricks.
Yeah.
So, basically, you have 10 cards.
Yeah.
And there is one, basically, trump card, which is called the Inviolate, which is put underneath the few cards that you don't use from the deck, right? And then everyone is at time position 1. You're going to play it like a standard trick-taking game. Someone's going to lead off, and you have to follow suit. If you don't have any of that suit, you can just get rid of whatever, or you can play the trump card and, win it. So the things that you keep is the card that is led and the card that takes the trick. So if you take the trick, then you basically control that spot on the timeline. Then everyone moves to the second position on the timeline. Everyone will get a number of fuel equal to 2 minus the number of places you control. So let's say Steph won the trick. She only gets 1 fuel. Everyone else will have 2. If Steph has control of 2 positions on the timeline, she will get 0 fuel. Now, what is fuel used for? Fuel is used to go back in time. So everyone is going to put a number of fuel in their hand and open it up at the same time. For every fuel that you spend, you get to go back that many positions in the timeline. So you can go back 1 space and be at the first trick again. You could spend 2 fuel and go all the way back to the start of time where you can change the trump card. You will put your card of your choice instead of that trump card, basically getting rid of it. That is where the interesting part comes in. So we're going to play the second position trick. Then if anyone went back to the first position, they have to follow suit with what was led, but they're trying to beat whatever. Like if you had won it, they're trying to beat what you had put, trying to take control of that position in the timeline. Then position 3, position 4, position 5. We're going to keep going until someone controls 3 positions on the timeline. It's done really well, I think.
Yeah, it actually was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. We played it a few times, and yeah.
Yep.
Solid.
It's really solid. It takes a lot
was
for a trick-taking game to get my attention. And I love the time travel I love time travel in movies, in books, in series, in games, but it's just not usually done real well in games.
Yeah.
So, what was the game put out? The time travel game. It was Thin Box game. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you? Anyway, I was really disappointed. I was really hopeful that it would be a really good time travel game. I've just not found a really good time travel game. This was, the time travel is sort of abstract, but I really enjoy the whole, you can go back and change the previous tricks. So that was really
interesting.
Cool. So, yeah.
So the rules are very confusing because you're like, what are they talking about? But then you start playing it, and then it it clicks, and it makes sense.
Well, it wasn't that confusing for me. I was reading the rules.
Yeah, it probably helps.
But anyway, there's a lot of games on this list that I'm sure people have not even heard of. I hadn't heard of this, but it was on the Play to Win table, and hey, then Michelle wins it.
I did see your rating of it, Dan. I don't know what you guys did.
We found this to be kind of broken, Dan says. How so? That's interesting. I found it to be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we played it twice. We didn't see anything broken about it, but we played with four people each time.
I guess when somebody has two, you have to go back and try to stop someone from winning that third position. So I had a strong hand and just ran roughshod over everyone. Literally. Well, I mean,
that's not true because they could go back and change Trump and stuff. I mean, I don't know.
Well, you could still have a strong hand even if you don't have Trump. You can get 13, 12, 11 of everything, Well, sure. But that can happen in a hand of Tichu, in a hand of spades, in a hand of hearts, anything, really. Yeah. If you have a strong hand, you're going to run roughshod.
I had a really strong hand, but people were figuring out. People were running out of the suits, and then they would go back and change it. I'm like, I got this in the bag. No.
Dan should have called Grand.
Yeah, you only play one hand.
Grand time chase.
If you only played the one hand and that's it, I mean, you just had a bad experience, I think. But I mean, you
could play 3 games and win best 2 out of 3, or first play till the first player runs 3.
The game is fast enough to play multiple hands.
I think so. That's what the rules say to do. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, I don't mind. It's short enough that I don't mind if someone comes out with a lucky hand. It's fine.
I mean, I agree.
So. Time Chase. I don't even know the publisher, unfortunately.
Renegade.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Renegade. Send us a copy of it.
Oh, my goodness.
We'll play it on the stream. All right, you're number 8. There are better implementations of this idea. Dan, show them to me. I love time travel. I've not seen a good time travel game.
The other time travel one that I know is not great. So, I like Time Chase a lot more than the other one.
So, yeah, there you go. Your number 8 is? Time Palatrix.
I disagree
issues,
with
but
that.
It's still better.
I disagree. I did not like Time Palatrix at all. So, it's fine.
And one that Rio Grande is looking at. Cool. Your number 8 is
Nightmare Cathedral.
Nightmare Cathedral. I watched you play it. I did not play it.
I played it twice.
So that is not... That might use the different box top.
No, that's correct.
They might use a different one. I thought they had another one that they could possibly use. It was like a... No,
that's the other game.
Oh, no, that's Terracotta. That's Terracotta.
That's the other game.
Never mind.
Nightmare Cathedral. Yeah, it's going to Game Found, I think, at the end of this month.
Nice.
And, after the first play, I wasn't sure about, if I like this one much. I mean, I do. I think there's a lot of interesting things going on. And after the second play, I was much more into what was going on. So I understood a lot more. It is a action selection game with some area control, and there, of course, is a temple track because it's board and dice. There's always a track that you have to advance on, right?
Of course. I mean, that's board and dice's thing, right?
But what really draws me in is how you select your actions in this game because of how it's laid out. You can't always do the action you want. You have to go somewhere else before you can go back and do. So I think the way that is all presented, obviously the artwork is amazing by a famous Polish artist. who had died, but they use all of his artwork. It's beautiful.
And you did I did
a chat with Rainer.
A panel.
A panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that particular artwork.
And about how it made you feel.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was you and Theo. Yeah. And Rainer.
So I thought it was really cool. Yeah, so I'd be interested. I'm interested to play a 2-player to see what you think. To see, we'll show it off whenever it's available.
Absolutely.
I think it's pretty good.
Good deal. Looking forward to it.
Maybe I'll like it more in person. I think I will like it a lot more in person.
I'm sure.
Because it's really hard to manipulate on.
It's so hard to manipulate on the digital platforms.
I really don't like Tabletopia. Like, I'm really
it's
anti-Tabletopia.
Tabletopia, Tabletop Simulator, BGA, and a lot of people are like, well, hey, why don't you like the 3D platform? It's just... No. It doesn't do it for me. I want a good implementation of a flat board game, right? That's just
Tabletop Simulator is
much better.
Way better than
Tabletopia.
Tabletopia. I would much rather play on
Right, well, that's why I ranked them like that. But then BGA, I'd still rank above that.
Yeah, sure.
Hello, Murph Bros.
Murph, hello.
How you doing, guys?
Hey,
we're in our top 10.
We are on our top 10.
Speaking of which, the people that do the top 10 with Steph a lot of the time. So
that's right. You guys don't usually stream on Wednesday, so it's good to see you. Aren't you you're at
Dice Tower West.
Dice Tower West.
Yeah, I saw that they were doing a live stream.
Oh, okay. Hopefully you're having fun over in Vegas.
Yeah, we've got a local con this weekend. Otherwise, we'd consider being there, but yeah.
That's for sure.
Dang. We got the dang emotes coming.
Live at Dice Tower West with friends.
Very cool.
That's awesome. Hey, Matt. Hey, Hornus. Hey, Clyde, man. Hey, Joe.
All of our good friends.
Hopefully you guys are all having fun.
So, yeah, we are on your number 8. You're finishing up your number 8. My number 10 was Name the Thing. My number 9, Deckscape Crew vs. Crew. My number 8, Time Chase. Your number 10 was?
Hamburg. Number 9 was Green Team Wins. And my number 8 that we're just talking about is Nightmare Cathedral.
Yep. 40 Raiders. Now you really need a giveaway. Well, we just gave away Tang Garden. Actually, you played Tang Garden Seasons and gave away a copy of Tang Garden Seasons.
That's right.
Now on Kickstarter for those of you interested. I've got the link right here.
Yeah.
Doop doop boop.
We were just talking about Tang Garden. We were just doing
that stream.
Yeah, we just streamed.
So, are you done with Nightmare Cathedral?
Yeah.
So it's time for my number 7.
I'm not ready.
You said, Michael, you're going to hate this game. And I'm like, no.
I was really shocked that he didn't hate it. Let's just say that.
I totally did not hate it because it is totally different.
Yes.
So, when I heard that this was a Dixit-like game, I was like, because I played Dixit. Actually, the memory came up in my Facebook, memories.
Yeah.
Right? And it was from 12 years ago. I played it at someone's birthday party.
Okay.
Right? Because we all got together in this, in this, used to be a bookstore.
Yeah.
And they rented out this place and we played games all night.
Yeah.
And Dixit was one of those games. And I just had a real problem with the Dixit mechanics. I mean, I played it and I had a good time with everyone, but you're supposed to tell like a story with the Dixit cards.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But no one ever does.
Right.
They say like 2 vague words and go
musical.
They'll go Ocean Dreams. And just leave it like that. And so you try to get half the people and not half the people and yay.
But I mean, like, what do you really...
Be super vague, right?
Dan gives longer clues.
Well, not everyone gives longer clues. And if you give too long of a clue, then you give away too much information. I get it. I just feel that is not developed well. Stella fixes a lot of those problems, I think. So you lay out cards in a 3x5 grid. So you got 15 cards up and everyone has their own dry erase board, right? And then a card will come up that that gives some kind of thought like celestial. And you will mark all of the cards that you dare that seem to match celestial. And, oh, that's got a moon in it. I'm going to mark that. And that looks like constellations. I'm going to mark that. And this looks like they're floating in the sky. I'm going to pick that. This looks like a lot of clouds. I'm going to mark that. And so you mark anywhere between 1 and what? 10? I think 10 is the
10,
limit.
yeah.
So
it's risky though.
if you have the most that you have marked, you put yourself at risk and you're playing what's called in the dark. All that means is if you get taken out, you lose all your points, or no, you lose 1 point from each thing that you find. So anyway, you're trying to find commonalities, right? So starting with the first player, they will choose one of the cards that they had selected, right? Everyone knows how many of each that everyone has done. And if you also pick theirs, you'll raise your hand. If you pick something that someone else picked, all of you get 1 star marked. You basically get 1 point for that. If only you and they had picked it, you both get a bonus star. So that's 2 for that one. So that's really good. Then we go around the table. This person picking one that they had, this person picking one, you picking one, me picking one, until we either have no more left, all of ours have been done, or if you choose one, oh, hey, thanks for following Soften Your Razor. If you choose one and no one else has it, you're out. So if you were not the one in the lead, do you lose all your points? I'm trying to remember.
You
Help me out here.
lose 1 from each that you've...
If you're not in the front. If you're in the front, you lose it all?
No, sorry. If you are
That's what I'm
solely in the front,
yes,
nobody's tied with you.
You chose the most images.
Yeah. Then you lose 1 from each.
1 star from each.
Otherwise,
so your matches get you nothing, and your other, or get you nothing, and your other ones get you 1 or something like that. You don't get a lot if you are the one that risks a lot. You're not going to get a lot.
Well, you lose 1 of each that you've already scored, and then you don't.
Otherwise, you just drop and you don't get anything further. Let's say you still had some to match, and yes, you still have to say whether or not you match.
Yeah.
So, like, if we come around to Steph again and I match something Steph had, I raise my hand. I just don't mark any stars.
Yeah.
If I'm already out.
Yeah.
We do that for 4 rounds, and the winner is the one who has the most points is the winner. So. Yeah. This fixes a lot of the broken stuff I find in Dixit. So it's Stella. It uses Dixit cards. The cards have the normal Dixit logo. So you could integrate those into Dixit, or you can integrate Dixit into Stella, which is what I recommend because I don't care for Dixit. Stella's where it's at. Stella, my number 7 game.
Soften Your Razor comments, works great on Board Game Arena. I'd be so lost playing in real life.
Oh, yeah. You remember you said that it's on Board Game Arena.
It is.
Hey. Check it out on Board Game Arena. I think it works a lot better.
They do one thing scoring incorrectly.
Oh yeah, that's right. You had mentioned that.
Hopefully
so what is the thing? What is the thing that's scored incorrectly?
If you match somebody solely, you both don't get 3 points.
Oh, it's 3 points, not 2. Right. So it's 2 if you match somebody, 3 if you match someone solely. But you don't get that in BGA?
The person who guessed it gets 3. The other person...
And the other person doesn't?
Yeah.
That is not...
Correct.
That is not scripturally correct in the rules.
So that needs to be fixed in
So BGA is slightly broken.
Yeah, a little bit.
But yeah.
But it's still fun to play.
Certainly worth checking out.
It's not that hard to play in real life.
And you thought I'd hate it. And there it is.
I mean, I say anything with like Dixit, you're like...
Yeah, and that's what happened.
And this has Dixit Universe in the title.
And
so
I played it.
I figured you wouldn't mind playing it at least once.
I did play it once, and now I'll play it again.
So
I will actively seek it out.
That was great. I'm happy.
Stella, in the Dixit Universe.
My number what?
Your number 7. My number what?
My number what is 7. Is Holiday Hijinks.
The Pumpkin Project. The Pumpkin Project. This is the only one you had not played.
It's not a project. It's Problem.
The Pumpkin Problem. This one was my number 11 on my list, and I was sad I couldn't put it in. From Grand Gamers Guild,
It's great.
Yeah.
I love these little 18 card like escape rooms. They're just they pack a punch.
They pack so much in 18 cards.
It's just it's like this little tiny
little
card.
packet.
It's so easy to overlook. If you were like looking at all my shelves, you would like miss it.
You would totally miss it.
Because it's so small. You would never know. It's they are so great. The Holiday Hijinks series, highly recommend, especially if you like hour-long, 45-minute long escape rooms.
They have difficulty levels from 1 to 3.
The puzzles are great.
The puzzles are not overdone.
They don't make you feel like dumb or anything. Like you can figure it out. They give you tools to help you solve some things that they are referencing.
So on the internet, if you go to it's holidayhijinks.com, I think it is, you get ASCII, you get Morse code, you get the alphabet, what do you call it? Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Gamma, Echo, Foxtrot, etc.
They give you all that.
They give you a lot of the things that you're gonna. They give you the maritime flags.
Yeah.
They give you all of that.
Whatever you might need. Sometimes they work puzzles around that specific thing, but they give you it, so you don't need to know it.
Right. Too soon. What too soon?
So, I think these little puzzle games are just so good, and they use the cards really well because the front and back do something different throughout the game. And
it's like, hey, you need to find things with the green doormats, and we're like turning over the cards and trying to find the green doormats and
things
so
like that. So yeah, I think I will suggest these for anybody
wholeheartedly.
Yeah, because they're there's one for like every holiday. They're working on it anyway.
They're working on more holidays. They have 4 out now.
So they have the Independence, they got Santa, they got the Halloween, and they just got the Valentine's Day one that they just put out. So I really love the Holiday Hijinks games.
Hey, Ann.
Definitely check out those little escape games. I expect to see a lot more of them in the future.
I hope that they put out a 4-pack or a 12-pack once they get all of them in there. So,
I think they're going to start doing other things.
Yeah.
Also,
I think they're wanting to do things like Hanukkah, but they need to find someone that is really
or events like baby shower, weddings.
Someone who is Jewish that can really, truly get the feeling of Hanukkah.
But I think that's what they're doing.
They're not going to just haphazardly do it in order to try to make a buck. They're going to find somebody who is immersed in that culture to knock that out. So yeah, absolutely. Too soon for Halloween?
It's true.
No, we're way too late for Halloween.
The one or the other. It's hard to say.
It's the only one we hadn't done yet. So
it's the only one, and I really wanted to play with Michelle, and I knew she would like it, so I got that and wanted to play.
Yep, and I totally love it. So
yeah, that was my number 7.
My number 6 is a Queen game.
Yeah.
That I had not played before, and it's not new.
It is new, brand new. Nobody's played it.
What?
Yeah,
I thought this was a remake.
It's just on Kickstarter.
I thought this was a remake of something.
No.
What? Oh, so it is new. Old London Bridge.
It is.
I thought this was a remake of something.
No.
Oh, well.
Well, let me tell you about
it. So you are spending cards. You have cards, a permanent card 0, and cards 1, 2, 3, and 4 usually. And then depending on how late you are on the turn order, you might start off with one better card. So any of the cards with numbers on them, when you play them, they're gone. When you play your 0, you keep it because it's a 0, right?
Yeah.
So as you're playing these cards, you're playing the cards in order to have a draft order. And you are trying to draft cards that will go into your little London Bridge stand. And you draft them you want to draft them from biggest number to lowest number, and then you put a little park, and then you put a big number again going down to smallest number, and then another one. And you have 12 spaces on the top of your bridge. So the game goes really quickly because you only have 12 draft rounds. You're going to place them on a spot, one of the draft spots, and then you're either going to move a track, or you're going to get more good cards, or you're going to get some coins, which are victory points. There are 2 different tracks you can move on. A tiebreaker track. So if you both have 0s, one of you gets to go first, and that's why you check the tiebreaker track. Then there's also another track which opens up all sorts of bonuses that you are trying to get. Well, with all the different things going on and everyone trying to get certain things, and there are different shields on these little tiles that you're placing inside your bridge, which will give you, if you get sets of those, it'll give you more points or more cards, which will give you bigger bonuses. Whoever gets farther on those tracks or farther on their bridge or farther on, what was the last one? Oh, highest number of cards remaining in their hands, you're going to get bonus points at the end. Coins are worth points.
That's just the base. They come with a whole bunch of other modifiers for those end scoring.
That's really good.
But that's just the base. And
so we just played that, and for such a really short game with just 12 drafting rounds, it's got a lot of elegance to it.
It's definitely elegant.
There's a lot of blocking of what you I'm looking at y'all's things and going, y'all have both passed the 30.
So that's probably
I could take the 30. I could do my 0. And I was totally looking at y'all. So it's not just multiplayer solitaire.
No.
It's really elegant for what it is. So I really enjoy it, and it could really go up further on my list.
Me too. I really want to play with the additional types of scoring, that possibilities. Travis was funny. He's like,
this was my last game in February too.
I've never played it with the extra stuff because I'm always teaching. I'm like, I hear you.
Well, I mean, yeah, because you've gotta play the base game with everyone.
Yes.
So I think it has the potential to go up a fair bit on this list.
Yeah.
Remember, at least a couple positions, at least. Yeah. So check it out, Old London Bridge by Queen. Yeah. Your number 6.
My number 6 is one we already talked about. Deckscape crew versus crew.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
I guess I liked it a little bit more than you.
You did.
But I really I'm pirates. I mean, come on.
That's your thing.
I had so much fun. I think the challenges, the puzzles were just great. I really liked the one that you mentioned earlier. Basically I sunk your battle kind of thing. It's like, oh my God.
We get sunk early.
That was so fun. It was so fun. I don't know. It just worked so well.
Oh, hey, thanks for subscribing, Dr. Sign.
Dr. Sign.
18 months like me.
We're talking about our favorite games in February. Oh. You are a part of many of these.
Yeah.
Like this one.
Yeah, Dr. Sign played a lot of these games. Yeah, he was on, what team was he? He was on the other team.
Yeah, it was with Laura and Drew.
Laura and Drew.
I think that was right? I could be misremembering. It's all a blur.
Yeah, this one was fun. It made made my number 9 and Steph's number 6.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
Like,
Dr. Sign, just so you don't miss out, because you were a part of many of these. My number 10, Name the Thing. Number 9, Deckscape crew versus crew. Number 8, Time Chase. Number 7, Stella. Number 6, Old London Bridge.
Stella.
And yours?
Number 10, Hamburg. Number 9, Green Team wins. 8, Nightmare Cathedral. 7, Pumpkin Problem. 6, Crew versus Crew.
And so we're on my number 5.
I guess we're done with this.
Unless you have more to say about it.
I mean, it's great.
That's great.
Everybody needs to play Deckscape Crew versus Crew.
That's right. My number 5 is going to be pretty short.
I don't know what it is.
You don't.
Oh. Okay.
She's getting it ready. Because it is Green Team wins. Because the Green Team wins. And Orange is the worst.
Yeah.
So, as we said, Green Team wins. This is a fantastic party game. If you have more than... if you have like 10 people, this is probably the pick.
Yeah.
Am I right?
I mean, yeah. If you're looking for like a 10-person game, 15-person game.
Yeah. Check it out around Origins or Gen Con or whenever it's going to be released by 25th Century Games. Worth checking out. Green Team wins.
There's not many games that will just play that many people great.
Right. And it's easy. It's stinking easy to teach.
It's such a late night fun game.
You're on the Green Team. Why?
The Green Team wins.
That's right. And that's how Chad introduces it, right?
Yeah, of course.
So.
Easy. You already know the rules.
You already know the rules. And boom.
You're ready to play.
Your number 5.
My number 5 is
a game I have not played.
Ostia.
I've not played it.
On Kickstarter, or was. I'm not sure if it still is. I tried it on TTS because it was there. It has the mechanic like Intrasian where you pick up some stuff and drop it around like a Mancala, and then you get some actions depending on where you pick up from, where it ends up, and all that stuff. And you're trying to manipulate everything to move around the board, collect things. It has a lot of really cool mechanics in it. I honestly think the game is really ugly, but that's besides the point, I suppose. But I really liked what it was doing, and it's definitely one I want to revisit. So yeah, I really, if you like the Mancala type thing, manipulating the spaces to gain and do things, I think it's worth checking out, especially if you like that about Trajan and such. So, yeah, that's definitely the best part of the game is manipulating that circle of actions.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was on Kickstarter. It might still be, but yeah.
Worth checking out.
Yeah.
My number 4. Do you see it? Can you see it over there?
Maybe. Oh,
no, you passed it. Oh, there it is, up in the left corner. There you go. Black Sonata. Click it.
Click it.
Yeah, you need to click it.
Got it.
So it's right here. Black Sonata. It is a solo game, but we like to play it as a 2-player co-op, right?
Why not? Yeah.
I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
So in Black Sonata, you are trying to look for the Dark Lady. I'm not sure if like Shakespeare spoke of her in his sonnets or something, or if she was just like rumored to be, Shakespeare was in love with her or something. I don't know. Anyway, you're looking for the Dark Lady, and you've got clues that you are looking for. You know what is at the location where she is, but you don't know which of those locations. So if you're looking for someone at a cemetery or church or whatever the cross is, could be at any of those locations. So then you move on to the next card, and then you're seeing, where does she move to? Oh, hey, there's a house next to both of the cemeteries. So now she could be here or here. Oh, now she's moved to a bank. Oh, she has to be right here because there's no bank next to this other one. And she goes around the city, and you are trying to remember and confront her when she's at the right location. And if she is, boom, you can get a clue. And if you can find enough clues in order to track down who she is, then you put those little markers on and confront her again and accuse her of being the Dark Lady. And boom, if your clues are right, you win. If not, well, you just blew your chance. She gets away.
No.
And as you confront her, she moves farther and farther and quicker away from you.
Yeah.
And if she gets through the deck, cycling through her pattern 3 times, that's it. And you can make it even easier or harder, so you can change the difficulty level. I think it's really a different sort of take on that. There are letters in the top and bottom of the card, so you can sort them from Z to A or A to Z. But it's different based on which column you're looking at. You can sort 8 different ways, front and back, so that makes 16 different paths. You're not going to remember where she's going from game to game. You're just not. That's plenty. So they did a really good job with that, I think.
I think so too.
Was it your first time as well playing it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it could show up on your list. We'll have to find out.
We'll have to find out.
Yeah.
No, I really like it though.
It's not your number 4 because it would have been.
I would have mentioned
boop right over there.
But
yeah.
I think that.
Hey, time roller.
For a solo game or for a cooperative experience, I think it was really solid.
Yeah.
It felt very different, and it was very interesting. And there's a little bit of push your luck.
And you're the queen of push your luck.
But I like that, and.
So you can't really confront until you visited a location. So you're wanting to visit the locations really quickly.
Yeah.
To try to get all those location cards.
Yes.
And if you don't, you're not going to get that. You're not going to get a free clue just for visiting all the locations. You want to do that. So yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend this game.
Absolutely. Your number 4 is?
Another one on Kickstarter. Earth.
I've not played this.
Nope. You'll like it.
Oh, I'll like it. You already know.
I know.
It's going to be up high on my list, is what you're saying.
So the first thing that draws me in, of course, is the beautiful cover.
It is beautiful.
They use all photography.
Oh, really?
It's no artwork. It's
That's
just
like photography right there?
It's just all...
That does not look like photography.
I know. It's a photo.
It's beautiful.
It's absolutely stunning. So that's one thing that I'm just like...
And you like
yes,
that rainbow
please.
on the cover.
Yes.
So...
I'm all about photography, as you know.
You're all about rainbows, too.
Yes. It's beautiful. So it's a tableau builder. It's very easy.
like this.
You select one of 4 actions that you can do. You get a better thing than everybody else will get the secondary thing. And then you like activate your tableau if there's any activations that happen. And so you're building up this tableau and the game ends once somebody is completely filled in their tableau. It's like a 4x4 grid of cards. And so there's a deck of like 1,000,000 cards. So you're like working through cards trying to figure out.
So like terraforming Mars. So it'd be like terraforming Earth, except Earth is already terraformed, therefore it's called Earth.
It's very Earth. So it's there's a lot of different combos you can work out. So you're trying to get a lot of different points from cards and what you put on cards and what cards you can discard. So there's just a lot of great things happening in this game. I really enjoyed it. So far as I can see, a lot of other reviewers and everybody else out there, their Kickstarter is doing very well. And
Eggman
I think
Jr.
it will
likes
do.
it.
Yeah.
It looks good. Plus, he likes supporting Canadian board game companies. Hey,
he backed it too. That's awesome. So
I didn't know it was Canadian.
Yeah,
that's good.
Inside Up.
Oh, cool.
Inside Up. Connor McGooey.
Nice.
McGooey. He's nice.
I don't know.
Good people. Good people. So.
Hey.
So yeah, right. It was really solid. You're gonna like it.
Gonna like it.
Whenever we get around.
Whenever we get
it. Yeah.
We don't have it.
Not yet.
Not yet. We'll get it.
I did request it so we could show it on stream, but I think I'm in a line. So.
Sounds good. We'll get it. My number 3 was your game of the year last year.
Whoa! It's a great game.
Was not my game of the month this month, but it did get up there rather high.
Yeah.
But I think I like what Boonlake does.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It made my number 3, right?
That's still something.
It's still, don't get me wrong. It's still good. Mm-hmm. I'm just not convinced that there are multiple winning strategies. And I mentioned this on our stream, which you can check back in our videos on demand and check out. I'm not 100% convinced there are multiple strategies to win. I'm not sure you can abandon, for instance, the doors. I don't think you can abandon the doors and possibly win. Prove me wrong, please, because I want to see if that is possible. I think that there are just some things you just can't abandon and hope to win.
I think you need to do the levers, yeah.
Yeah, not doors. They're levers. They're officially levers. Steph made me call them doors, and now it's sort of stuck. I think it might be a little too easy to get the industry pushes. I'm not sure. I like what it's trying to do. So I want to play this a few more times. I don't mean to say that this is a bad game by any means. I mean, I like big crunchy Euros like this. So, and I do like what it's trying to do. It just didn't reach my game of the month like it reached your game of the year. I think I might have set my bar super high.
Probably. I do think that you will like Arc Nova more.
And yeah, that's what everyone's saying. I think Arc Nova though didn't make your game of the year.
No, but you and I like slightly different things.
That's true.
So
we will see.
I will think that you like Arc Nova more when you play it.
We will see. So looking forward to it. Boonlake certainly not something I'm going to give up on entirely at all, because it is definitely a keeper. Yeah. So Boonlake makes my number 3.
Sweet.
Your number 3 is a game we just talked about, because I saw you putting it up there. Black Sonata.
It's great. It really is.
We've won it. We've lost it.
Yeah. I blame Senor Azul.
I don't think he will allow that.
Oh, no. He was talking the whole time during our stream.
Yeah, and he actually encouraged you to go for it.
I blame him.
He's sort of reckless.
He will say it had nothing to do with
girl.
it, but I'm just saying he did. It was his fault.
So you're saying the record should show.
The record shows.
Let the record show.
That Senor Azul lost. You let him know.
I don't think I lost. Shut up, Senor Azul. He's like in the chair over here. He's like looking up.
Not true. Not true. So yeah. It's great. Especially if you like solo games or cooperative experiences and low player counts.
Gotta do it.
Whoa. I highly recommend this Black Sonata.
Yeah, I highly recommend that. That glass you almost knocked off the table.
Oh my goodness.
That would have been a fun stream. All right, my number 2 is... Oh, you know this one. It's not on your list because you played it long ago. I just got to play it. And it is Dinosaur Island. I
learned it in 2016. It was my game of the year.
Really? I like this a lot better than Dinosaur World. I'm not sure that there is a place for both because I think Dinosaur... what is it called? Dinosaur Island Roaring, right?
Yeah.
Is a lot like Dinosaur World, and I think does it better.
Yeah.
Without a lot of the fiddliness. Is there room for Dinosaur Island and Roaring, right? I think so. I think they do things a little bit differently. But Dinosaur Island does not get me. I think I want a good version of Dinosaur World that does what Roaring Right does, that does not do what Dinosaur Island does. Dinosaur Island only has like one type of dinosaur you can put in each of the... Even though they are different dinosaurs, they're not really different dinosaurs.
My Kickstarter edition has different.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the one we played at Tantrum Con...
Yeah.
That was just the pink
basic,
ones.
Yeah. Well, no, they're all pink, but they're different shapes.
But they're still all pink.
But we also have the Geek Up bits that have different dinos if we want to use those.
The Geek Up bits for Dinosaur World?
No? For Dinosaur Island.
Oh, really? There's Geek Up bits.
There's lots of different... I did not know these things. Different things that have been put out for...
So, I mean, I'm putting these pink dinosaurs in, and I'm like...
He hasn't seen my copy of Dinosaur Island.
With the googly eyes.
Googly eyes.
Because what do minis need? Googly eyes.
In my world, they do.
So on my BGG jersey, I've got googly eyes on my abstract Ernie head.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got googly eyes on there. So if you ever see me at BGG Con, I will likely be wearing my copy with the googly-eyed Ernie head.
Yeah, there's a lot of different places to get Geek Up bids for Dinosaur Island.
And sure. I have not played the Totally Liquid expansion, which is currently in shrink right here.
My copy's never been played.
I want to play it.
It adds a bunch of water dinos and stuff.
So if Dinosaur Island is number 2, there must be a really good game at number 1.
Yeah.
So,
but my number 2 first.
Oh yes, you're number 2 first. Yeah, but Dinosaur Island, I'm definitely looking forward to more plays of it.
We'll also have to play Dualosaur Island.
Yes, and I have not played that.
Yeah.
But just to say, I prefer Dinosaur Island to Dinosaur. I much prefer Island to World.
Me too.
And I just think Dinosaur World could have been done more like the Roaring Right. I think Roaring Right does things much better than World does it.
I think
but I wish that had been an island. So I think there's another game out there even better.
So like I think it's a different designer, Dinosaur World, whereas the Roaring Right was Brian. But now I'm curious. Now I want to see who.
Now you want to see.
Now I want to see who actually designed World. I'm looking now because I'm curious.
Now you're curious.
Brian
did World 2, I believe. Okay. Barry says he thinks he knows.
But is that because of the general game design? No, he was first listed, so.
I think that there is a better version of Dinosaur World that could have been made.
Anything but the boredom tokens.
Yeah, I did not care for the boredom tokens or that whole mechanic. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely I want to play more of Dinosaur Island. So
I knew you'd want to play it. I wanted you to play it. So I thought that was a good time.
Especially since I only had like 7 games on my top 10 list, which is what I was joking around.
Well, it was our first game of Tantrum Con.
Yes.
And we were walking through the library, and Drew hadn't played it.
And London Bridge was my last, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drew and Laura hadn't played Dinosaur Island. I really wanted to get it played because we had been playing Dinosaur World, and I knew Hugh hadn't played Dinosaur Island, and I thought it'd be a good time, and it was.
It was.
Because everybody wanted to learn it, and I definitely wanted to play it.
It's been
years since I played it, so I was happy.
And now that gives us a good lead in to play Totally Liquid and Duelosaur. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. Your number 2.
My number 2.
Yeah, Tree is on. It's on Tree's list to play as well.
Yeah, hopefully you get it played. My number 2 was Terracotta Army.
Terracotta Army. So it's either this box or a different one.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a different one.
Yeah. The black one looks really slick. Professional.
Yeah, looks slick. This one kind of gets muddied and faded.
Still nice.
Still nice, but I like the other one.
But it's a T game.
This game is amazing. It's really good. I really, really enjoyed it. And that means, obviously...
So that's 2 board and dice games in your top 10? Yeah. Rainer needs to know. Hashtag Rainer.
Hashtag Rainer.
Rainer board and dice.
Yes. So this is... I know I got a tickle. Do you want to get me water real fast?
Sure.
I got a tickle. I have no more drink.
Your drink is gone.
Oh my
Talk
God.
about your game.
I can't. I'm joking.
Don't die.
All right.
I'll get you a little bit, and then
you gotta go talk to me.
Wow, Steph got all choked up all of a sudden. So, while she recovers, I would talk about Terracotta Army, but I haven't played it. So, I don't know anything about how it plays. Yep, Nightmare Cathedral was the other one that Board and Dice had. Now you guys have got her all choked up. You see what you've done? So, yeah. Yeah, I am also looking forward to playing this. Steph, you okay?
Yeah.
Don't die. Oh my goodness. So, let's see. No, I guess I'm going to hold off on talking about number 1 because of reasons. Because we have the same number 1 this month.
Yeah.
And that doesn't always happen. She says, yeah, from afar. Are you going to live? Maybe. You must have had a cough stored up or something.
It's just a tickle in the throat.
You got a tickle. That brought tears to your eyes.
That tickle, it made me teary-eyed. Okay.
It's like all of a sudden you start getting the coughs and it's like, are you gonna make it?
Take 2.
There you go. Take 2. Action.
I have a water now. At least something. Yeah, because you haven't played Terracotta.
I couldn't explain it to him. I'm like, yeah.
I know. But it's so cool because you are like, there's this wheel, and you're putting your meeples on the wheel.
Like you do in Zolkin or no?
No, it's one wheel and on the outer ring. But there's a mechanic where you can change like the inner wheels. Mm-hmm. Either one way or the other. So in case somebody takes an action you want, you're going to get 3 basic actions when you place a meeple. And so you're trying to get all these things to line up and get everything in proper order. And you're trying to do all this stuff, collect the resources, clay and stuff to make the statues. And then you're filling in this grid with the Terracotta Army. So it's gonna look really, really cool with the finished product with all the statues on the board. Everything's gonna score differently, like the different statue types. you get scoring right away, you'll get scoring at the end of the game, and you're trying to get groups of different statue types. There's a lot of cool things going on in that game.
So Raramore won a copy of it last year on the Tuantasuyu tournament. So really excited for that. And Teletum? Is that I've never heard of that one.
Teletum?
So that is awesome.
I've not even heard of that.
Barry says, okay, sold.
It's easily one of the best tea games I've played in a while. I like Tuantasuyu and Tekenu, but this one passes those.
What?
Nothing will pass Teo. I love Teo.
Teotihuacan, yeah. It's like I think that's my favorite.
Teo has my heart. I love.
Except I don't like it when people rush that death track.
That's fair.
And we'll see.
But I do think Terracotta Army will have a solid standing in the lineup of tea games. So
why is Nightmare Cathedral not a tea game?
Because it's an end game.
Nightmare to Cathedral.
It's not supposed to be long, even though my sessions have been long, but I think that has to do with the Tabletopia. But it definitely has a strong standing in the tea lineup. So if you're into the tea games, I would not miss out on that one.
For sure.
It's really cool.
It'll be out for Essen from Board and Dice, says Raramore.
It's cool. Really, really cool. So it will look cool also. And totally my jam. There's a lot of planning involved. A lot of things going on at one time that you're like, okay, I want to do that so I can do that. But if somebody takes my spot, then that. So I've only played it once. Wow, the light's flickering.
Oh, Terracotta Armor is the Gen Con release, and Teletum is the Essen one. Cool.
Yeah, I was thinking Terracotta was Gen Con because I remember Rainer saying that, so that makes sense.
Sounds good.
All right.
Our number one, if you can survive it.
I guess not.
So, do it. You can put it on both sides at once, right?
Yeah. Because we do have the same number one.
You can turn them on at the same time?
Yeah.
Our number one is Libertalia. My Libertalia is bigger than your Libertalia. And this is Libertalia Winds of Galecrest. We loved Libertalia before, but this is different enough that I think it warrants its own entry. There are, instead of 30 characters, there are 40. There are two sides to the board. Got a sort of a nice play side and a more devious play side. And if you want a mix of those, you could randomly choose some normal and some of the sneaky play ones, because they have tiles that let you do that. So I think that's really cool. Basically, it is a character selection, treasure drafting sort of thing, where there are definitely good treasures to get and not so good treasures to get. There are some treasures like sabers where you can stab somebody that is left to get things on the island. There are characters that can take out other characters. There are characters that give you a lot of bonus points. There are characters that give you negative points if you play them at the wrong time. So, I love the agency, meaning the ability to choose something that, a lot of different choices, a lot of different paths, where you all start off with the same characters, but you're probably not going to end up with the same characters at the same times. Because if I play my captain, everyone else plays their captain, you might be the only one with the captain left, and that puts you in the driver's seat. So I really like that part of the game. So
that's like the old Libertalia. So
right.
That I love it because one is Libertalia, two because it's getting Libertalia back to the tabletop, I guess.
Because it was out of print for so long.
Well, it's one of the situations where, not maybe people don't know about it, or maybe they couldn't get it, and now they can.
Because Stonemeyer picked up the license. Good job, Stonemeyer. And Stonemeyer's hit our high top 10s month after month after month after month.
Never played the original. It's amazing.
I have the original right here, and I don't think we're going to get rid of either of them. Where is it?
I will
Right
never
here.
get rid of the original.
We've got the original one right here, and I don't think we're going to get rid of it, though, because it's different enough.
There's a lot of differences.
So, yeah.
I mean, there's reasons why I really like the original more. There's reasons why I like the new one more.
The new one, I think, has a lot of changes that make it better. I can't think of one change that I'm like, it makes it worse. Now, for Steph, she can think of one that makes it worse. But I like it. I like the reputation track.
I'm not big on the reputation.
You're not big on it.
However,
you understand it.
With 6 players, I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
With anything less than 6 players, maybe 5 players, maybe less than 5 players, I wouldn't mind it.
The new Libertalia makes it easy for 2 players to play, and it works. It's not just stuck in; it works.
I like the added use of loot tokens, the different scoring possibilities.
The double side,
tokens. I don't necessarily like that they got rid of some of the cards that I like.
You loved your monkey. Poor Steph.
I did like the monkey.
You did like the monkey.
I prefer the old artwork.
Because you like the dark pirate theme.
I really like
more than the happy, saily, go lucky, whatever. But it is still beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful, all right.
And it made your top game.
I mean, I love Libertalia.
Yeah.
And
thanks for following, Eggman.
If this is the edition of Libertalia that people want to play, I love it.
So be it.
Let's play it. Like, I will play this anytime. If there's a 6-player game like that, if I had 6 people, I'd be like Libertalia.
Yep. And I'll be like Battlestar.
It works amazingly well with 6. And not many games can say that. Your games can, but
right.
It's really great.
So yeah, going from my number 10 to number 1, Name the Thing, Deckscape, Crew vs. Crew. Number 8, Chime Chase. Number 7, Stella. Number 6, Old London Bridge. Number 5, Green Team Wins. Number 4, Black Sonata. Number 3, Boonlake. Number 2, Dinosaur Island. Number 1, Libertalia, Winds of Galecrest. Yours.
My number 10, Hamburg. 9 was Green Team Wins. 8, Nightmare Cathedral. 7, Pumpkin Problem. 6, Crew vs. Crew.
Deckscape. Yeah.
Yeah. 5, Ostia. 4, Earth. 3, Black Sonata. 2, Terracotta Army. 1, Libertalia.
Seems good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
super solid.
It started to be a poor month and turned out to be some solid games on there. So that was good. And I don't just have 7 games on my top 10. So
I know, I was worried about that.
Thank goodness for Tantrum Con.
I was like really worried about that.
Yep, if you haven't been to Tantrum Con before, check it out for 2023. And I believe it's going to be back in Charlotte. I think it's found its home there.
It was nice. I just hope they put it earlier than this.
Yep, because that puts 2 or 3 of our conventions back to back to back. But hey, it is what it is. We got Tennessee Game Days coming up next week. This weekend, actually Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then we have you have Granite Game Summit the following week, which is usually on the same weekend as Tennessee Game Days, and Dice Tower West is on top of that. It's going on right now, actually.
This guy's like, I liked Ark Nova.
8 through 10 was Pathfinder. I haven't played Ark Nova, so she's already played it, so
he'll like it.
I'll like it probably.
He'll really like it.
So yeah. Definitely keep sticking with us. We are at 994,424 views. When we hit 1 million, we're going to do our 1 million view stream, and we have some games to give away.
Yeah.
And calendars and things like that. So keep watching us. I predict we'll probably hit that around April or May, I'm thinking, at the rate we're going.
Well, yeah, because we're not going to have another stream for a couple weeks. So.
Yeah, because, we We are on Wednesdays, but not. Oh no, you're going to be leaving.
I'm gone.
Yeah, it's a Granite Game Summit.
2
You're
weeks.
like gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have to just play games on my stream or
Unless we
something.
stream on Sunday for some reason.
So many conventions, such problems.
Woe is me.
Thank goodness I got extra vacation time.
Yes.
7 weeks. Good job. 7 weeks vacation. So
Good job.
yeah.
All right, so it was a good month, February. I expect better for March.
I expect better for April.
Well, yeah, always.
Yeah, always April.
So we'll be right back.
Have a good one.